Hello and welcome to another episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I'm Eric Smith, your host, and what I've got today is a book that I should have reviewed some time ago, but as I continually remind everyone, I'm a slacker. So I'm just getting around to this, and that is Hellhole by Hunter Shea. Spooky. And of course, it's Sam Hain publishing. Hunter Shea just gets better and better. There's another horror western. Again, those who know me know I'm a big fan of that subgenre. And what we've got here with Hellhole is the town of Hecla in Wyoming, and the entire population of the town just disappears, and then anyone else who goes to the town disappears. So our main character is Nat Blackburn. Yes, let's double check that. Nat Blackburn. He's a former Rough Rider, and President Roosevelt sends him to Hecla, Wyoming to figure out what the hell's going on. And along with Nat, his partner Tita, who was also a Rough Rider, sort of an unofficial Rough Rider. Anyway, Nat and Tita head to Hecla, Wyoming to figure out what's going on in the town of Hecla, and they get a lot more than they bargained for. Of course, it's a horror novel, so we know it's going to be something creepy. And you've got a few other characters that join them on their scary adventure. A local woman shows up to help them out, and a couple of guys show up. I guess they're sort of Old West paranormal investigators, I suppose, who show up. And that's the gist of it, of course, without giving anything away. And I really enjoyed this. It's again, a subgenre that I love, and Hunter Shea puts his own unique stamp on it. It's an interesting tale, almost two different kinds of stories in one. So a lot of it's really creepy. Just look at that creepy cover. So a lot of it when Nat and Tita first arrive in Hecla, a lot of the goings on are really dark and creepy, and written in this sort of atmospheric way that'll make your skin crawl. And as things escalate, I think it kind of, the tone shifts a little bit from creepy to crazy. It just kind of, things, when I say escalate, they escalate. And when I say crazy, I don't mean that in a bad way. I think it's fantastic. It's definitely not what I expected, which is always a good thing when reading something. You don't just want to read the same old thing and guess everything that's going to happen, and this definitely kept me guessing as to what the hell was going on. So, mission accomplished there. And as usual, I love Hunter Shea's writing style. It's, I think I say this a lot, but it's a nice smooth prose. It's not too sparse, but it's not overly verbose. It finds that nice middle ground there. The characters are good. There's you get some backstory for everybody, and they're well written. They're fleshed out. I really like the introduction of Nat and Tita when they're in the big city and first get this assignment. It's uh-oh, I'm being invaded by a cat. Anyway, when they first get the assignment, we get to see them in the big city getting ready to go on this mission, and we're told a bit about them, but we really learn about who they are through what they do, especially on their last day in town before going off on this mission. It's sort of that, all right, we got to go to work. Let's spend our last night of freedom just doing what we want to do. So they're very good characters. I like the two, as I said, I called them paranormal investigators. I'm overusing my air quotes today. Not sure exactly how Hunter Shea might describe them, but I choose to call them Old West paranormal investigators. Very interesting characters, and almost in good old-fashioned comic book tradition, there's a clash between Nat and Tita and the other good guys. When they first meet, it takes a while for them to start working together, which, being an old comic book geek, reminded me of, the Avengers and the X-Men are meeting for the first time, so of course they have to fight because they don't know they're on the same side. So that was a lot of fun. There's a cat staring at me. Do you want to be in the video? You can come up here, be in the video? I don't know. He didn't read the book, so I'm not sure how helpful he would be. I'm going to give him a little rub on his head, though, because he's a good kitty. All right. So, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover. I think I hit the main points. Just a lot of fun, creepy, and I like the explanation for what's going on in Hecla. It makes sense, and it's crazy, and just really the ending of the book, the last however many chapters, were just sort of non-stop thrill ride. He's staring at me. Did you hear that? Now he's talking to me. You gonna come up here? We interrupt our regularly scheduled low-budget review for pet time, apparently. Come on. Do you want to be a star? Apparently he doesn't care. Excuse me. Alright, so as I was saying, yes. Love the ending. Love the whole thing. Looking forward to his next book, which just came out. I haven't picked it up yet, but I definitely will. Because, again, just one of those authors that's a rising star in my opinion. So I'm at the point where I'm just always looking forward to whatever he's doing next. Getting scared. This cat's got dead eyes. It's gonna murder me in my sleep. Aren't you? You're just staring at me. Alright, I'm going to hold it up again because I have no other props this time. Okay. As I ramble and ramble. So that's Hellhole. I love the horror western. It's of the horror subgenres, I'm gonna have to say it's my favorite. I don't have to. I choose to. No one's forcing me. There's just something about it I like. I like a well-written Western. Say that 3 times fast. And then you add in my favorite genre, horror, and it's just something special. I may have mentioned this in one of my other horror Western reviews, but I think it has to do with that. The fact that in the Old West, when they're met with these horrors, they don't have cell phones and a lot of the modern things that we take for granted that may or may not be of use in a horror situation. But it sort of puts, as a modern person and a reader of what is mostly modern set horror, I feel it puts these characters at a disadvantage, which just ramps up the horror, because they can't just call for help. They can't just jump in their four-wheeler and drive out of wherever they're at. Although I suppose a horse just as good? I don't know. They don't help in this. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, was that a spoiler? Excuse me. So, yeah, gotta love it. Just love that creepy looking kid. What's he doing in the mines? Can you hear that? The cat's over there licking stuff. Stop it. As long as he leaves the books alone. And just moseys on out of here. Okay. That's enough rambling. So come on, pick up Hellhole. Even if you're not a fan of Westerns, this is a horror novel. And horror lends itself to quite a few settings. I mean, pretty much any setting, right? Doesn't matter where or when. You can put something horrible in there. Horrifying. Horrible sounds bad. So, pick it up. It's more horror than Western, but there's plenty of Western in there. I don't want the Western part to scare anybody off. Let the horror scare you off. Because it's just a well-written, great story. Another winner from Hunter Shea. So, there you have it. As always, I will have a link for the book in the description below. Please put any comments, questions, or corrections in the comments section down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting close to 50 subscribers. Woohoo! And if there's anything else you want to talk about, put it in the comments down below. You could ask about the wonderful quilt behind me that I haven't mentioned in the last couple of reviews. So, yeah, I think that's it. It is once more Hellhole by Hunter Shea, Sam Hain Publishing. Pick it up, read it, enjoy it. For those of you in the cold areas, stay warm. It's been snowing like crazy here all night. Although it's not that cold out. Not as bitterly cold as it was last week. So everybody just stay warm or cool if you're someplace hot. Stay safe. It's a new year, and hopefully it'll be a good one. And until next time, read more books.